Hello and welcome to this presentation. Myself, Ryan Mangan, talking about AppCURE and how we can deliver quicker outcomes when packaging applications. So to get started with this presentation, first of all, I wanted to kind of talk briefly about AppCURE. So what is AppCURE? AppCURE is a technology vendor who specializes in packaging applications. And as you can see from the screen here, we offer various different techniques in a packaging framework where we can take applications from legacy operating systems or older operating systems and take them applications and bring them onto modern systems like the Windows 10, Server 19 and Server 2022. And hopefully as well with the Windows 11 coming out, move the applications onto them. So continual migration path for applications. Some of the kind of things we focus on today include evergreen cycles, application testing, and manual and batch processing, also known as automation. So the problem today. So with older operating systems, the 2003 and maybe older, there's a lot of organizations out there today who are still running these applications on the older unsupported operating system. And some of the challenges which come with that include security, the ability to kind of use certain functions or features within the network or on the operating system due to the legacy operating system in effect. The other thing as well is when people are trying to move, missing installation media. It's been that long. It could have been 20 years since you installed the application, and you need to get them applications off that machine. Also, believe it or not, 16-bit applications. Still today, there's a number of businesses, organizations out there who are using 16-bit applications. That could be 16-bit on a with 32-bit, known as hybrid, or 16-bit on their own native. Some might remember FoxPro as a good example of a base database application, which was using 16-bit architectures. The other thing as well to remember is things like time to migrate. Previously, and some projects can take up to 3 years to complete in terms of migrating from older operating systems to new. And some of the things which we do at AppCURE here is help get that time frame down by using batch and manual automation processes to kind of get them applications into a modern packaging state. And then the other thing as well is environmental flux, where you've got multiple different types of environment that could be physical, virtual, or a mix of physical, virtual, and other. And then the big one as well is things like vendor locking, agent locking, where you're tied to a certain product, you can't install that, and then AppCURE can obviously help to kind of resolve them problems and get you into a format where you can install onto a modern operating system. So looking at in the wild statistics today, believe it or not, there's still a 0.32% share on the market using Windows XP. And you can see there's still a 22% share from using Windows 7. And obviously this information is from netmarketshare.com, which provides a kind of monthly statistic of what's being used in the industry today. And obviously that kind of creates a problem. Because people are still trying to move today. People are still trying to move from these older systems. And as we progress up the tree into more modern, newer operating systems, newer technology changes, advancements in technology, the challenges become more and more difficult as that gap widens from the older operating system and application to the modern operating system. And so if we take a look now at how AppCURE works, is one example I'm going to show you here is how we use what we call running capture. It's a proprietary technology from AppCURE where we basically capture the application which is running on the operating system. Not install capture. This is a running capture where we want the old application running so we can grab it. So as you can see on the screen, we have a laptop with the AppCURE agent installed. We run the AppCURE program to capture. We run the application, and then we distribute the application out into a package in format of your choice. And that could be an MSI, it could be Appvols, VMware Appvols, and an MSIX as well, which is the modern packaging from Microsoft. Point to note as well, which we'll cover briefly as well, is the fact you can take an MSIX and deliver MSIXs now into VMware Appvols for today. So now we've got that package, we then obviously can distribute into file shares and then deliver out to all these different types of platform. As you can see, we've got Horizon Cloud, Workspace ONE, and any organization which is using Appvols on an on-premises, hybrid, or on other vendor platform also. So let's have a look at some of the methodologies and recap before we progress. So as I said, some of the things we can do is the capture, the assess, the recapture, where we basically, because of the changes since Windows Vista's operating system or server operating system, the ability to recapture to fix some of them registry changes which may have occurred. VMware App Capture, reconstruct, where we can basically reconstruct the application into an installer, the 16-bit, and for those who are struggling with clock speeds where the keyboard runs off the screen, we also can kind of take care of that as well. So how does this fit in with AppCURE? So with AppCURE, what we do here is we create all this technology and allow you to distribute this out through VMware Appvols. So if you're moving to a scale-out methodology where you're using the VMware Horizon Cloud, you can basically take your applications and quickly deploy them once they're being captured off a running machine into VMware Appvols in a matter of minutes. Whereas using the native format might take you slightly longer. And also, if you don't have an installation media, you're not going to be able to move them applications. So just kind of cover what we kind of doing here is AppCURE essentially is trying to kind of resolve the issue of app delivery. And just to reiterate on that, is workspace delivery is becoming quicker because cloud technologies are coming into the picture. People are able to spin things up in minutes and hours rather than days or months and years because there's no mandatory requirement anymore for hardware, physical tin. Whereas now we can spin these items up quickly, get these virtual machines in the cloud platforms running. However, we still start with the same problem of delivering them 800 applications across that network. And essentially what we've got to do is we need to kind of reduce them times. So what we're struggling with at the moment is, as you can see here, we're really happy now with the fact we can spin up a workspace really quickly, but unfortunately, we still have problems with applications. So what AppCURE is trying to do is reduce that curvature so that we come alongside the same delivery times and workspace delivery as obviously, so they're in sync with each other, as it were. So let's take a quick look at what AppCURE does in terms of creating a capture. So I'm going to run the capture here, and then I'm going to run the application. Now you can see we've got info view there. We'll then list the running applications, and we'll select info view from the list. And this can be 16-bit or 32-bit applications can be captured. And we can date back to Windows 98. We'll delete the uninstall file. And now we captured the application. We're now going to put it into a packaging format of our choice. And in this case, we're going to basically output into a file type and then MSI package it. So you can see I'm selecting the output. I'm just going to run through a lot of wizards now. Next sketch. And now that's finished. I'm just going to run the MSI process to put it into a redistributable package. So I'll select the folder path, which we just kind of outputted, which is known as a program 2. Fill out the details and select the executable. Now we've created the MSI, this will go ahead and create that package. Just to speed this along slightly. So what we're going to do now, we've created the MSI package. We're then going to run the VMware Appvols capture within AppCURE. We're going to enable start and launch, and we're also going to disable UAC, the security. And then we're going to restart the machine. Now we start the machine, you'll see the VMware Appvols capture reappear, and we'll enter in the info view, the output path of where we're going to put the disk, and then we're going to select capture. And we click run, and then that process will start. Just to speed things up, we've now captured the application. As you can see here, we've got the JSON file for Appvols, the infra disk, and the VMDK. And then obviously to test that, we'll run a snapshot. Run the app under test. And as you can see now, the app will appear in the start menu. And there you are, we're finished, we'll end the test. Okay, so that was just a kind of a brief overview of app volumes with AppCURE. And here's some information on the screen here if you want to take a further look at the materials available today. There was also a blog with VMware when we were in the prototype stage of that. Now this is obviously general release. If you want to know more information, please reach out to myself or info@appcure.io. Thanks again.